is going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well. Doing okay. Doing okay. So, tonight, we're going to do something we normally don't do. We're just going to focus on a single aspect of the game, and that is going to be testing station 152. Audio sounds good. Put this on over here. That should be fine. Let's do this real quick. Hold on. Got to check something. Sorry. I'm complete and utter garbage, aren't I? Okay, there we go. And boom. Okay. You know what? I want to do this too because why not? All right, there we go. Now we're ready. So yes, we're going to focus specifically on Station 152. Um, that is one of the new dungeons that came with Chapter 3, and it's a decent one to run because it is. Um, People say it's easy. That's a point of perspective. Um, Gonna revert back to some of my old gaming days, and we're gonna talk about Destiny again. It's funny. You can see how much it kind of hurts me that game because I do talk about it so often. But I couldn't tell you. I think it's been like a year and a half, 2 years since I played it. I'm not crying. Um, but when the raids came out, I was super excited about them, and I kept jumping in. And I remember the first time I went into the raid, it was just a pickup group. We did terrible because it had specific mechanics and people had to do specific things, and we were all just learning. There weren't any guides at that point. I mean, it just came out. And I remember when the people in my clan had gotten to the point where they could start doing this, because it did have some level requirements, and if you weren't there, you could really get hurt. And I started going through, and I remember the first time we did it, we started at 8 p.m. on a Saturday, and we finally finished it at 4 a.m. 8 straight hours of trying and failing and trying and failing and trying and failing. And I remember saying to myself, like, I am never doing that again. Not that I'm never doing the raid. I'm never doing that. I'm never spending 8 hours banging my head against something. So what I decided to do was I learned as much as I could from as many different sources about how to do each individual phase. I went in there and, like people would say, how should we do this? And I would just keep quiet. I wanted to see what they were going to do, how they were going to do it, if their method was better than what our current was. And it's funny because the six of us went in there and it took us 8 hours to complete it. And months later, excuse me, once we got used to it and knew what to do, three of us went in and completed it in 42 minutes. Um, that was back in the day when warlocks could self-revive. That's the only reason we could do it, because that last phase, you know. But the timing, we just had to get it on. The point I'm trying to make is, when I first went in there, it was so overwhelming and so difficult. And then as I learned the mechanics and learned what I needed to do and what I was supposed to do, it got easier. And I see a lot of people experiencing that, myself included. The first time we go in there, you don't know anything about it. So you go in there and you get beat up a little bit, but you figure it out. I've seen a lot of chats in the world chats and Atreides chats and things like that, where people are like, I'm never going back there. And, just expressing the roughness of the situation for them. And you can sit there and watch video after video and read different guides and walkthroughs. But getting in there, getting your boots on the ground, and getting dirty is the best way to learn these things. By all means, watch videos, read guides, get an idea of what you're going to be up against. But until you can put that into, until you can execute that, it's all just dormant knowledge. Um, I remember seeing somebody putting a reference where they said that, as far as like learning goes, the different modes of learning and such, that you can read all the books about dancing and you can watch all sorts of videos about it, but the only way to learn how to dance is to dance. So tonight we're going to dance. I have completed this. I'm on level 6 or something, 5 or 6. One of the two. But we're going to go in and we're going to learn this, and hopefully I will help you learn it as well if you don't know it already, or if somebody watching has some advice, pop it in there. That's what we're doing here tonight. So, knowing that I'm going into going into a dungeon and it's a combat situation, I've stripped down all the dumb stuff I don't need. Probably should get rid of this radiation suit because I'm not going to need it tonight. So yeah, we'll just save it from getting beat up. So that's what the gameplay switch box is all for. Let's go ahead and put it over there. I don't really need that, but it can't break, so whatever. What are we bringing in today? Well, I made some forge. I'd already made it, but I drug out the old forge set. The reason is, let's just look, chest pieces, 291. It's got some energy mitigation, 7.5%. What I used to be running around in was just my regular old chum set, which is 250, so 41 extra points, and there is no mitigations beyond blading and a little bit of heat production. So the armor I'm wearing, let's bring this over here so we can actually revert back and forth. So you'll see there 250 armor, some dash cost, 250 or 291, so more armor value, same dash cost. Energy mitigation, fire, blade, and poison. Whereas I've got blade and heat protection, and heat protection is also the same. So this is a better piece of armor. It is also a light armor piece, so it's what I'm used to. And that's going to carry through every single one of these. Each one of them is going to have a better armor rating than the regular old chome set that I was wearing. Why did I wear that? Because it could make it. So if something bad happened and I needed to replace this, it was easy to do. This is the original set I made. So you can see over the course of time, she's gotten a little beat up. But we need that damage mitigation. As far as weapons goes, we are bringing a Dune Watcher. Got no augments on it. Has a higher damage than the Jabal Spitfire that I was Spit Dart that I was using. And we're also sticking with the static needle. Not against a Hallex pick. Got my eyes on one. Hopefully we'll get one pretty soon. I did put an augment on this one though. This one has the blade handler, so it costs me a little bit less stamina to do things. But not a huge amount. It's only like I think 2 or 3%, something like that. And then we're just bringing a regular old Regis drill shot. Don't really use that much, but we will use it. The key thing is we're bringing a whole lot of health. We got 16 toilet paper rolls. Probably should pick up 4 more just to bring it up to 20. And then because I don't need, I use the 6 slot for things like a hand scanner, construction tool, the repair tool. I decided to swap out a bigger health kit. In this case, the Mark IIs. We're going to start low and work our way up. So that, but I'm also carrying some 4s and some 6s. And that'll be our health. Quite a bit. We got a lot. I still like using these little toilet paper rolls. They don't do much. Like, a 2 gives me 34 health and an instant 35. This one's 25. But the reason I like this is because they're all over the place. They're very cheap to make. And sometimes I don't need health. You got me on fire. I need to stop being Ghost Rider. So that's why I use these for those moments when bad things aren't occurring. We are still bringing in a cutter ray. I had to make a new one because my other one just used the hell out of it, so it broke. We have switched out our um, suspensor belt and our power pack for brand new units, but I still think I still got quite a bit of life in this Holtzman shield, so we're going to leave that where it is. But that's the loadout. So we are going to get in there. Um, let's see. I want to bring this up. Let me alt tab here. This is Method GG. They are great. Great guys. I love them. They have helped me out. They don't know me, but they've helped me out in so many different things. And this is their guide. As my dog's raising hell down there. This is the guide for the boss fight. I think this testing station is incredibly easy until you get to the boss fight. That's where complications start occurring. And even doing like level 4, 5, 6, etc., up to the boss is still very, very easy. You don't have too many enemies. They're easy to predict, easy to deal with. So there you go. But once you get to this boss fight, if you're unfamiliar with it, you get a big planetologist guy, and he's even like he's a big boy too. He has 4 health bars. I've never really been a fan of bosses with immunity phases. But at least with these, it's just kind of to keep us from just tearing through them, you know, do stun locking them, and then it's over. So we don't have to do anything when he goes immune. It's just a break in the action. But this boss fight also has some environmental hazards, and in each one of his health bars, those environmental hazards get worse. And that is what really causes so many people the problems with this thing. Um, they did a good job here of explaining the room. It's a circular room, and they divide it into 6 sections. That's because there's little lightning conductor things that do it. The first one's very simple. The second one is the same except they're moving. But the third one is where things start to get challenging. There's a pillar that drops in the very center of the room, and instead of bolts, the entire section of the room, so one of these little pie pieces, gets lit up. And they say the good news is that the pattern is quite simple and is illustrated in the image below, right? So it says 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The sections that become electrified will always be opposite each other, leaving a lot of space to dodge them. The section will rotate counterclockwise twice from the start, and then clockwise on the 4th and 5th strike as indicated in the image. So what they're meaning is it's going to go counterclockwise. So it starts here, and it goes to this one, then that one, and then it goes this way. Once it does that full thing, then it comes from the top and works its way down 3 little vertical. Actually, they're horizontal, but it's coming at us vertically, but it's a horizontal thing. The only thing you got to do is at the bottom, just make sure your suspensor belt stays suspended until the lightning clears. They talk about this little safe zone where if you're standing in front of this little circle right here on the little pillar in the middle, that keeps you safe, at least in the very beginning. So it's a good way to judge how this patterns are going to go. They also bring up the fact that this is just kind of, you know, when you think about it, this is common sense, but it may not occur to you. The further out you are, the more distance you have to cover to stay safe and work within that rotation. So the closer to the middle, the better. And their suggestion is that you wait until all this stuff happens, and then when it's working its way from top to bottom, that's when you do your damage. So we're going to jump in, and we are going to give this guy a good old college try. Oh, we got to go. Is that moving away? Yeah, I think it's moving away from us. Doesn't look like it's moving at all, really, but... Okay. I'm actually surprised, because normally whenever I come in here, it immediately does a sandstorm. I used to really care about that high altitude thing, and I don't care about it anymore. I honestly want to get the glide time. Right now, my engines aren't running, so it doesn't matter how much excess fuel I'm using. And this also helps me keep it, 183, 184, etc. So we're just looking for speed. Learn to glide into that very well. I don't like the smash and dive that normally happens. I don't have my normal creamer. I like the Irish cream. I have just regular cream. I don't do sugar, so. All right, so from Haga Basin, I think that's a person. We are going to head north, very close to us. Testing station 152. I did look at the Landsrad before when I first logged in, and there's absolutely no missions for this. Thanks. Life is all about timing. You can do this testing station solo, as a duo, a trio, or as a four-man, four-woman, four-mixed team, whatever. So you could do it in groups of 1 to 4. This is an issue I've had with so many games. I'm ignorant about it, so I wouldn't, this isn't a criticism, but for some reason, games cannot figure out how to properly scale for groups. So most of the rumor around the campfire is that you want to do these solo or in a duo, because when you do it with 3 people, there's so many more enemies and everybody has to deal with things, and 4 is very difficult. But yeah, they can't seem to do it properly. The way I think you need to do this is don't plan on this 4-man team being 4 alpha type players that are going to come in here and just lay waste and destroy. In most cases, a 4-man team is going to be players who aren't quite sure about what they're doing. Somebody might be learning. You may have a player who's never been in here and this is their first time. So I think that when they do that scaling, they need to kind of take that into consideration. The problem with it is that will be abused by alpha players. Like they'll all, 4 of them will band up and just cut through everything because that. But personally, that's the way I feel. I think that we shouldn't plan for that high-end situation because I don't think it happens as much. Maybe it would if people went with my way. The other thing I don't like is if a player gets killed by the boss, when they respawn, they're outside. They cannot get into the door. So you have something scaled for 4 players, but 1 person dies. Now those 3 players have to deal with a 4-player concept. And if one of those players dies, now you've got 2 going against a 4-player scaled boss. It's only a matter of time. So, I understand the scaling concept, but whatever. So we're going to do this just the first time. I'm going to do this as a level 1. So here it is. My current max rank is 5, but level 1, right? So what do we get? Well, the enemy health is down way low. Enemy damage is down. Enemy shield regeneration down. Enemy shield power is down, but I do get a little XP bonus. I don't understand. That should be a 0. Like, this should be the ground level. The rewards, ungraded arms and armor, 99%. So, yeah. What this means is, like, think of the augments is basically what we're talking about here. Level 1, 2, 3, etc. I do have a 1% chance of getting grade 1 arms and armor. This, you know what? Y'all might as well just put a 0 on there because I'm never going to ever think that 1% is going to happen. Get real. Preferably, I don't like doing an activity unless there's a 10% chance of getting what I want. I know this game with a lot of their drops likes to do a 6-7% type things like that. So it's always kind of... But yeah, if it's not 10%, I don't think it's. I'm betting it's not going to happen. When it does, I'm incredibly surprised. But so yeah, and grade one augmentations, 100%. So I can get grade one augmentations, but I can't get anything to put it on, and I got a 1% chance. But we're not doing this for the rewards. The rewards will come later. We're going in here to learn how to do this so that we can move it from 1 to 2 to 3, because if we continue this up, now you'll see the enemies get tougher. Ungraded's down to 91, but grade 1 arms are up to 9, so we're close to the magic number I really like. When we go to 3, we got a 20% chance of getting a grade 1, which is awesome. What do we care about that? Well, if we get grade 1s versus ungraded, then we can put augmentations on them to make us better. Then we can come in here and keep moving that number up. So we're chasing arms and armor that we can make better so that we can do higher levels to get better arms and armor, until eventually we're all the way up and this thing's, you know, like, what is it, 100 or whatever the challenge level ends up being. So yeah, that's what it is. I think if I do it at 5, I'm at 43%, which to me is really awesome. And there's that 1% chance of getting grade 2, so it's not going to happen. If I go up to 6, I can actually start pulling some grade 2 type things, which is awesome. But like I said, we're just going to go with a 1 because I'm not chasing rewards right now. I'm trying to learn. And I just want to verify here with you guys. So the ones I really want to focus on are crafting and combat, and we've got the wreck at the tyke. We've got some sandflies stuff in the broodworks and blushing cavern. Come down here to combat. We have to go to the tyke again. Blushing cavern as well, and now we go to the broodworks. I actually don't like this mission. It takes too damn long, but whatever. I've looked at some of this. This is a shield wall thing. This is the tyke again. It looks like it's really pushing me to go there, so I might have to later. Blushing cavern, Hagger Rift, and Hagger Rift as well. And then finally under gathering we have Blushing Cavern, Broodworks, and then the Udam. So probably as far as the Landsrad goes, the worst possible night to say let's go do testing station 152 is what it is. As I said before we start this, the beginning part of this is incredibly easy. There's very few enemies. They're very easy to deal with. It's a lot of maneuvering and button pushing. That's where you pay the price. But it's not too bad. So we're going to come in here. We're going to keep it at level 1. My best time so far is 16 minutes. We're going to get in there. I didn't even know where that went before. I just push it and I'd already be gone. Goes in the wall. Okay, cool. So we come down the stairs. Make sure you put your shield on. We're going to pull out our rapier. Electricity's bad. It hurts you. And it drops your shields. These things right here are buttons. And if you do this, it turns off. Not everything, but most of the stuff. And then when you come to a solid door like this, there'll be a button on the side. Press it. Alright, there's absolutely nobody in here. The only reason we come in here is for some medical supplies and then a 2-button situation. You gotta press this one, and then you gotta press this one, and you gotta get in here before that starts shocking you again, because it will eventually turn back on. As you can see, you get a lot of time. If you're here with a friend, one person can stand there and then you click on it, but it's not too bad. A little hallway for no reason. Press the button. So you get these things, which are just... I love sci-fi. Like, what does this do? Explain this to me. What scientist is like, okay, well, we need this rotating thing that shoots electricity out. For what? What is a hell of a visual. So what we have to do is we got to get over there and push that button. And then we got to keep running around and push that button. Because on the opposite side that we can't see, there's another door. But that button won't work until we push both of those. So basically, you just got to run in there and run around it. Know what I mean? So you wait till the electricity is just getting past you. And then we come in. Hit that. You don't have to stand there and stare at it. Don't look at your pass. Just click the button and keep running. Same thing applies as in the boss room. The closer to the middle you are, the less distance you're going to have to go. And you're in. Now there's some bullets. And some more Mark II heal kits. And now we got the first room with some combat. Not very nasty combat. It's going to be a couple waves at level 1 difficulty. It's not too hard to handle. But we're going to get in there and we're going to kill him. There should be a melee guy and that range guy there. Eventually, we might see a chain gunner or a flamethrower, but we'll get in here. I like to kill these guys faster because this guy can be a problem as we're still learning to rapier and parry properly. I did find out something that's neat. That. Oh. Die. Thank you. If you do a hold down lunge, it will stun them and then you can just finish them off. So dude's going to come out of this room. And we're going to kill him before he ever does anything. I don't even think he got his gun out. Sorry, brother. You can grab that stuff if you want. If you don't have to. Oh, there you are. You can do this again. Oh, you got away. Good job. You didn't get away twice, though. Oh, look at all the cool stuff you had. We'll do this again. Hello. Well, actually thought it was going to take longer. Hello. Where you at? Oh, there you are. Hi. When the doors go green, the room is clean. So we'll just pick up some stuff. But like I said, it's not too difficult of a fight. We're going to move through. And we're basically just making a really big circle. The boss room is kind of right at the end. There's no bad guys in here. This is just a navigational room. And what you're going to do is wait for that to turn off. And then you're going to come over here and hit this. Then you're going to get stuck on the wall. You got to get through that door, but that's a problem. So we're going to come up here. And we're going to turn that off. That turns the big thing here. You can grab this stuff if you want. If you don't have to. Once that thing is off in the center, there's something else you're supposed to do, but I don't know if this is purposeful or not, but you can just come up here, and if you look down, because that way you don't have to actually get in that room, you can turn that off, and that makes that go out. If you want to, you can run over here, because there is an ID band, and then you're going to come over here and hit this button, and we're going to make a loop around that again. Nice. And that opens up this section. There's some fun stuff in here. Some bullets if you need it. Some more bullets. There is a chest. It's got a ton. That's interesting. I'm going to take that. You get some schematic grade patterns. If you want them, great. If you don't, leave them. Doesn't matter. And then once you come out here, you just have to turn this door off again. And this stays off. I don't know. I guess maybe if I stood here long enough, it might turn back on. I don't know. But we're going to open this. We're going to come down here. And now we've got the second little fighting scene here. It's going to be the same thing where a couple enemies come out and kill them. A couple more enemies, etc., etc. There will be somebody, whether it's a chain gunner or a flamethrower. I think it alternates because I've seen them both. But we're going to deal with these guys. Kind of surprised my guns are empty. I'm walking around with nothing. Alright, so we're going to go out here.
I see some.
Oh, wow. God. Alright, so we'll come over here because these are the spawn locations. And we'll deal with whoever comes out. Aye. We can parry. We're getting much better at it, but surprised that was the person that came out. Oh, look, there he is. Stabbing you in the chest. Easy peasy. And now the lady said access granted. So you can go around and pick up stuff if you want it. If you don't, doesn't matter. I'm kind of a pack rat, so I do pick this stuff up. More bullets. There are some health items around. And there's also another room right there that you can go in. There's some stuff in it, but at level 1 it's not really going to be totally awesome. It's the same concept though. You gotta go around to the door and unlock it, keep going around and get through. But we're going to go right now through this little door right here. We're going to make a turn and up these little stairs, and there's our friend. Now you see it says checkpoint reached. If we die, we have the option of spawning all the way in the back, like we just started, or we can spawn right here. Taking some damage to our equipment, our durabilities will be a little hurt, but there you go. This is the point where it really matters, and you're going to want to use your skills wisely. I don't think this turret is going to help me at all. Knee charge and the sugar wire will definitely be good. Let's see if there's anything. Oh, let's see if there's anything that I really would want. No. I don't think my stamina's going to hold too much, and also I don't want to be in a defensive stance because that would be bad. That's fancy, but he doesn't really melee, and there's not going to be anybody else meleeing me. Betty Jesuit might have some decent possibilities. I don't think I can compel that guy. And definitely don't want to Bindu sprint my way through. This is questionable. I've seen a lot of people that say that this is working and not working. It's possible. What's up, Nomad? See, I don't know if does the turret survive the lightning blast? I'm not sure. I use the turret on a regular basis, but I don't know if it, you know what? We're going to find out. When you don't know something, find out. So, we're going to stay with our skills as we have it. This is a time where you want to make sure you got plenty of water. My health looks great. Stamina's okay. Yeah, we're ready to go. So I could come in here and just lay into this guy, but I'm not going to because it's because it's level 1. I've got way more survivability than if this was a level 5 or 10 or whatever. This is the stage that I want to learn on. I want to learn on this pattern because these lightning blasts will drop your shield instantly. And then once they drop your shield, then you start taking health damage. And once you start taking health damage, that's how you get killed. And if the lightning or his heavy shot hits you, especially at higher levels, without any bonuses yourself, you're gone. So this is where I want to learn where this pattern is, how to avoid it, what to do. So we're going to play around with this guy. Not going to go in straight up for a kill and see what we can figure out. So boop. So there he is. He's very angry. And as you can see, the wall around is starting to electrify. It does give you a decent amount of warning. As long as you stay moving, this guy's aim is real bad. So you can see I'm not like being super crazy with my movement. And you want to wait for an option to attack. One thing I don't like about this guy is there's a definite difference. Oh, here you go. It's coming from the top now, so we go up in the air. Now, we don't have to do that because we could just stay, I'll show you, in between these things. And we don't have to worry about it. As you can see, homeboy can't hurt me. He's not having a good time right now. So that one should be the next one. This is where you get your counterclockwise motions down. And start getting used to the timing. Ooh, got a little too close. I don't like the visuals on this. It seems to me that there's times where I'm like, dude, I wasn't that close. What are you talking about? And there we go. So here's his first immunity phase, and you'll see these things are moving now. I could try to go for an attack, but no. I want to get moving so that I can get that lightning pattern down. And now we'll stab him. Always move counterclockwise, because that's moving with the electricity. See? I don't feel like that hit me. When your shield goes down, just jog. You just want to stay moving because his aim is terrible until your shield comes back. Awesome. And just don't get too close to him. Wait for your opportunity to attack. That's good enough for right now. This is a little tricky because, like before, I said you could just stand. Oh, dude. You could just stand in the lightning in the little pie sections because it wasn't moving, but now. Alright. Really? Dude, move to your next phase. Alright, there we go. Ooh, I got a cheat and strike in. This is the first one that's going to be crazy. Here comes the pillar. And as you can see, you stand here, it doesn't hurt, and now we got to move counterclockwise. Did not move fast enough. And now I'm getting beat to hell. Holy cow. On shields. There we go. Now we got to go up in the air. And let's see. So here. Did not move far enough. I'm going clockwise. That's probably one of the problems. Oh, I'm critically. Uh-oh. Alright, just gonna keep moving. We're going to get up in the air, and then when we land, we're going to heal. Or we're not. I guess we're just going to not do it. Alright, now we're moving counterclockwise, so we're not quite as stupid as we were a second ago. Ow. Now we got it. Now we're going counterclockwise. Now we can stab him. Paid for that one, didn't we? I need some health pretty quickly here, actually. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna dodge this, and then we're gonna stab him and move into the fourth one.
Let's bring down that shield.
We got a lot of hits there. Uh-oh. We're going the wrong direction right now. Want that shield to come back. Ow. Landed in the wrong spot. What am I stuck on here, by the way? We gonna make it? Can I not do this, please? We might be dead here, folks. Nope. I've got very low controls here. I'm stuck on something. I don't know if it's what it is. Let's see if we can knee charge our way out. I'm stuck on the wall. Alright, I gotta kill this guy. I'm sorry, hold on. Dude, move. Thank you. Holy cow. Sorry, guys, but I don't know where I was stuck, but it would not let me out. So that was horrible. We didn't learn that much, honestly. The third phase, we did pretty well. The fourth one, we just kind of got a little crazy here. Started falling apart. I'm not going to pick him up. I don't want him. And then you look for the little hand thing. That is not the way to go because that's the way you came in. So we come over this way. And there's nothing there. And there's nothing there. I don't know what the point of that is. But we got a nice little constellation chest. And let's see. So we got a power harness. It's nice. I will take it. A quick release trigger. Blade grip adjuster. And we got an experimental lightning gun. So, not bad. Now we're at 40. That's one of the issues here with this, is if you pick up all this silly stuff, like, I don't need this. I don't need that either. I don't need extra darts. The rest of the stuff I kind of would want to keep, just for the material components of it, but way full now. So luckily, I don't live too far away from this dungeon, so if I wanted to go back and forth, I could. Level 2s I'm alright with. Alright, so besides getting stuck on a wall, I mean, we didn't die. We did get down several times. So I'm going to head out. We're going to go back home, Throw this in a dump box. We're going to come back to it again, but we'll do it at level 2. Actually, we might do a level 1 again so we could get better with the pattern. I could use a triple shot, yes. I wasn't trying to kill him fast. So the whole point here is this fight is incredibly easy once you know the pattern and don't get stuck on walls. Do it at the low levels. Don't go. I mean, you saw how much damage I was doing. I could have killed him very quickly and just collected my rewards, but it's not why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this to get the rewards. We're doing this to learn the pattern. I read the instructions that I saw on the method site, and it kind of made sense. Now I just got to be able to sort it out in my head. Make sure that I'm actually going counterclockwise and clockwise. Do those things properly. Stay away from the walls, and definitely get better at stage 4. Don't understand why they don't let us access our thopters from these dungeons. It's a little bit of an unnecessary back and forth that I'm not real thrilled about. I don't really need that leader, John, but it's weird to see one. So I was just like, dude, I'll take that. Hell yeah. Come on. Oh, I hate when I do that. Got to find out how to get rid of some of this stuff. I know this one of them. Yeah, there, I can destroy that one. But I don't know if that's actually... Yeah, that's not considered inventory space. Alright, so we dumped everything over there. Didn't really use any health, didn't use anything else. So we're in good shape. We use toilet paper. Alright, so we are back to full. Let's go do it again. Oh my gosh, I never used the turret. The only time I really used skills was trying to get off the wall. So the biggest piece of advice is to avoid getting electrocuted by the little pie piece things, because it takes your shield away. When it takes your shield away, you've got to start being a little more careful. You got to start worrying about the boss actually shooting you or taking additional hits from that point on. So if you can avoid the electricity, that's the battle right there. Avoid the electricity. As soon as you get hit by it, you know, your shield's down. Don't worry about damaging the boss. Just keep maneuvering, stay safe until your shield comes back on. Then you can get, as ballsy as you want. At least I get quick transfers from where I have my home. So for the part going up to the boss, I'm not going to really explain as much as I was doing. We'll still blabber on. But, yeah, we're going to stay at rank 1. Just for the funsies of it. But I'm not going to talk as much, or at least I'm not going to explain what it is I'm doing. We're just going to run through here and make it happen. It'll be far more exciting when we get to the boss fight. Oops. Might as well, right?
I'm coming for you.
We stunned each other. That's awesome. I don't think I've ever seen that, where I've stunned somebody as they stunned me. Oh my gosh. Nicely done. Hello. Oh, there you are. At least this time we don't run into electric blast. This poor bastard here. I feel for you, bud. Hmm. Sometimes the targeting leaves a lot to be desired.
Shields up. Eyes on hostile.
Aww. Should be 2 more, right? Yep. So about 4.5 minutes, and I kind of played around a little bit. I gotta remember to use the turret. Let's see what the turret can do. I'll let him shoot at me a couple times, and then we'll... Well, it's hitting him.
You're powerful.
It did all right. I mean,
Commence overcurrent influx. Initiating advanced sequence.
all right. Okay, so we go counterclockwise. Nice. Keep going counterclockwise. Oh, come on, dude. Got hit by that one. We're just gonna keep moving until shield comes back.
You see too much. This will bring you down.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
Empty. What a shocker. Need more ammo.
See, I feel like I could have gotten away from that one. That one hit me. Fully admit that one hit me.
I'm empty.
Oh, risky play, but you can die now, dude. Just die. Mm. So, as far as stage 3 goes, we're doing pretty well with that pattern. Stage 4, we're getting a little more crazy, and we're not picking it up as well as we should. What do you got for me here? That'll work. Idaho's charge. It's a grade 1. It's supposed to be, or did we just get that 1% that I was talking shit about? I should complain more often about stuff.
Greetings, authorized visitor.
Thank you. So I don't think there's a way to get back in, so I actually have to leave 100%. So level 1's not so bad. We're going to head back to base, and then I want to take a look at something and see where I'm going wrong. That's interesting. My main fault there was I was sacrificing intelligent plays over just let's get some damage on him. If I had focused more on doing the smart move instead of the fun one, we wouldn't have gotten ourselves into a bit of a problem there. And my life also would be easier if I could either lock down the rapier or switch it to a knife or a sword. Not willing, not interested in making it easier right now. But it's interesting the turret did almost an entire life bar. I mean, obviously it's not going to continue to do that, but we're going to have a lot to go through when we're all done doing all this. Yeah, we're all right. Let's go ahead and do a fancy one. Drink some water. This time we're going level 2. Think it would be better if we had access to our thopters from inside those places. Be nice if we could just continuously run them. I know you can just go to the world map and then jump right back to it, but again, you don't have access to your thopter, so anything that you've got on you that you're picking up, that's close, you're stuck with. It's right on the edge of rubber banding, and I'm not thrilled about that. So we're going to go up to level 2, which is not much of an increase. Enemies will be a little tougher. The boss will be a little tougher. I'm going to take a little more damage. But what you want to do is move up a level. Play it. If you make it through, awesome. Keep doing that until you can realistically get through it any single time. Like, all right, I got it locked down. I know what I'm doing. If you do it but you don't feel real good about what just happened, run at the same level. Don't advance yourself just because, our current rank is 5. I need to do 6, or I need to do 5. For all the good stuff, it'll come in time. It'll come in time. So the difference between 2 and 3, as you can see here, 75, 75, and 10. When we go up to 2, it's 50, 50, and 5. A little bit more XP, I don't care. The electric damage is up higher. That's great. We'll go up to a 9% for grade 1 stuff. Okay.
Greetings, authorized visitor.
So let's say we get in here and in the little pre-fight, don't get too close to the door. We're learning, see? That's the key. Let's say that this just doesn't go well. And the whole way up to the boss, I'm like, yeah, this ain't me. I'm not doing this right. I'm probably gonna get shocked. Nope, I can't believe we didn't get shocked. Um, before you take on the boss, that's awesome. Uh, turn around and walk away. Work your way back and leave. If you're not ready for it, drop back down to the level before that. Work on yourself a little bit. Get some more bonuses, some more things.
Reveal yourself. Where's Becca?
So you notice that first guy, normally I was able to just stab him once and he would die. That guy had to hit a couple times. 25% does that much? Alright, well, he went down pretty quick there. I'm poking her a couple times. Is he toying with him? Very cool. I'm good on those for now. Probably the same thing in this one, but we'll check them. Yeah, the same thing. We're good. Alright, moving on. So we're going to go ahead and grab that yellow band and see if this is any different. Just going up from level 1 to level 2, I don't think it is, but we shall see. Good timing. I mean, at least want to take something out, right? I guess.
I see someone. Press back up.
Oh, come on. Thought I had that shot. It took three quick stabs. Nice. I'd like to talk to you about your car warranty. Sorry about that. Oh, you weak arm through that. That was gonna hurt. Alright, so. Just gonna get in here and kill him. 9 slow blades with a grade 2 weapon. Oh. Alright, we're just gonna come in here angry. Shut your mouth.
Lightning strike. Power on. You're powerless.
Ooh, I think he hit me with that one.
I'm empty. Let's bring down that shield.
Man, we got a little hose there. I don't know if you saw that. Nice shot, dude. Nice shot. Can't jump.
Need more ammo.
Not dodging the electric at all.
This will bring you down. I'm empty.
Ooh, I am very injured, huh?
Need more ammo.
Yep, saw that coming.
I'm empty.
Can't get away from it.
Dodge cover.
At least he had the decency to die. So my issue is on level 4. I get out of sync. I'm not paying enough attention to what I'm supposed to be doing. Another Idaho's charge. Heavy caliber upgrade. Take that stuff.
Greetings, authorized visitor.
Shut up. So, we're going to get out of here. All the way up to the boss, totally fine. Not worried about it. They're going to get harder. I'll get stronger. We'll work together. The boss, the first phase, pretty good with. Second phase, pretty good with. Third phase, finally starting to get it. I'll get hit, but I realize that it's me that I caused that. That fourth phase, I'm still not quite sure where I'm supposed to be standing and when I'm supposed to be standing. It's the same thing and the same movement. It's just different timing. And once I get hit, I'm just going to get hit every time. Is it Chuji? Is that how I'm saying? Am I saying that properly? Are you doing that solo or are you doing that with peeps? And do you have a lot of bonuses towards melee? Do you take a lot of combat points? This is what happens when a crafting guy is working his way through. Oh, I used fuel, that's why. I'm winning this fight, though. I'm coming out with more health packs than I went in with, at least up till this point. On that fight, I kind of, again, just kind of sidestepped the mechanics and just went for brute damage between the turret and myself. That is a semi-valid tactic that you don't have to worry about damage phases if you just burn through them real quick, but that's not going to last for long. I'm not going to be able to burn my way through. The mechanics I need to learn and I need to get better with. I'm going to take a short break. I need to go to the bathroom, and I'll be back in just a little bit, so hold on 1 second. Okay, we're back. You know what? While I was doing that, I did a quick check, and I think I know where I'm screwing up personally. Um, I'm not taking into account that phase 4 rotation. The fact that the little things on the wall are spinning around instead of just being stationary like they are in phase 3. So that initial blast, I'm not taking into account that they're rotating. So I think that's where we're going wrong. I went in by myself on 5, and honestly, I couldn't get it done. I could get to phase 4, and then phase 4 I would get hit, and then I would be kneeling, and then I would get hit again, and then I would get hit again, and then I'm down, and then I would revive, and as soon as I revive, I'd get hit, my shield was gone, and then he would shoot me, and because I had just revived, I didn't have any kind of health whatsoever, so it was just snowballing over and over and over again. I was able to get through 3, so it was always on phase 4 that I was dying. So we're going to go back in, we're going to stay on 2. And we're going to keep that in mind, that consider the rotation. Also, a lot of the guides and things were saying that don't try to attack him when it's ground based on the lightning. You should wait until it's up on the top working its way down. Then you go in, get a couple shots, then fall back, keep yourself alive. So we're going to play that way a little bit more. See if that helps us out. Don't want to do that. What's up, Muttley? How you doing, man? Coochie got me kind of concerned there with the level 12 taking 9 slow blades with a grade 2 weapon. Alright, we're going to do this again on 2. And let's just get to the boss as quick as we can. I gotta stop and pick things up.
Greetings, authorized visitor.
I don't know if Funcom's watching, but what would be great is for them to just randomly change the patterns and not tell anybody. Because, you know, as you can see, I'm burning through this pretty quick because, you know, I've done it enough times and it doesn't change. And that would be great if all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, it does. I know I'm not supposed to say things like that, but it would be hilarious. Tried, didn't you? And I'm not even aiming at you. Double strike your ass. I do like that parry heavy strike. That has solved quite a few problems with me. Yep, I'm moving quick. Oh, come on. Let's do this. We'll do that. Choke on our own spit. We're so excited.
Who's that? Identify yourself. Let's show.
Kind of stepped in it there, didn't I? Gotcha, bastard.
Target down.
I fired that first one off a little too soon, huh? You guys hanging out? Yep, you're hanging out together. At level 2, that guy's not really... I mean, he could cut through my shield eventually, but it's not as dangerous as it potentially could be.
Access granted.
At later stages, I won't be able to be so careless.
Storm's power. Seen too much. Another man.
They hurt me a little bit. There we go.
I'm empty. Let's bring down that shield. Can't dodge forever. Need another man.
Saw it coming and just didn't get out of the way.
Advanced sequence.
Alright, here we go.
Lightning strikes again.
Worked out nice.
You're powerless.
Yep. Going after damage when I shouldn't have. Now we got the middle.
Can't dodge forever.
Barely made that.
Need more ammo.
One good thing though, is he's not real good at damaging. Like you can see,
I'm empty.
go ahead and do this while we're alright, we're being smarter, that's for sure.
Seen too much. Need another man.
Yep.
Need more ammo.
Dude.
Commence overcurrent influx.
That was risky. Yeah, we got it. So, keeping in mind that things were rotating, and keeping in mind that I needed to stay far more towards the center, we stayed off the walls so we didn't get stuck like we did the last time. Um, that was pretty quick. That was pretty quick, and it felt better, you know? So, like, it made more sense. Hit two of these?
Greetings, authorized visitor.
So the final fight doesn't change. The mechanics are still going to be the same. The difference is you're going to have to last in it longer. Because, you know, you're not going to be able to do as much damage. And you're going to be taking more damage. So you do have to calculate that in. I think, personally, it's way more important in this fight to not take damage than it is to do it. You'll notice the couple times where I pushed it and tried to get a little bit extra, just a little bit extra damage here and there, I paid a price for it. When I focused on just staying alive and waiting for my opportunities, things went so much better. Shipwrecks. We're going to go drop this stuff off. We're going to heal up. Then we're going to go back and we're going to do level 3. In the event that we just crap the bed, go back to 2 and lock that skills down. Just because I was able to successfully do it once and it felt good doesn't mean that that I'm ready to progress. If I want to make sure that it's in there, like, you know, we've locked it down, I just keep going back in and just not attack him. Just boop, 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 boop. All right. Drink some water. Heal ourselves up. And off we go. It's getting so dark. There's one hell of a sundown. Crazy stuff going on here on Arrakis. So obviously, we could put augmentations on our weapons. We could work a little more on our... Sorry. We are only level 11, so we get 11 damage increase and 5.5 mitigation. So if we make this number go up, you know, it's moving along with the levels. So we work on getting up to 20% damage, 10% mitigation. Those things will add up as well. Okay, so we were doing it at level 2, which was penalized enemies, 10% for an upgraded. We go to level 3, enemies are going to be completely unhindered. 20% chance for a grade 1 arm and armor. 100% on augmentations, well, obviously. What does 4 give me? Yeah, 4 gives me a better chance at grade 1 weapons, but... And I can't do 6 yet, because I haven't completed 5. I stalled on 5. Alright. There we go.
Greetings, authorized visitor.
This is the one that tries to shock me. I don't know if I hit that. I think I did. I didn't. I missed that one too. Got him this time. What do you got for me? Level 4s? I'll take that. Level 2s are in great shape for, so. Alright, here we go. First set of combat. After you, dude.
See someone, shield on. I need backup.
Yeah, definitely an increase here. Not for that, though. That's still hella effective.
It's time to die.
I think the 4s. I don't know how... Am I low on these? Yeah, we did need some. Let's see for some over here, too. Definitely want more 4s. 2s were great on. Alright. That's cool. Don't go in there. Oh, no, this one I can go. We gonna make it? Oh, we would've. I got scared. You know what? We're gonna go do the yellow room since we moved up a difficulty. Let's see if it changes anything that comes in this chest here. Not really. I'll take them, I guess. Alright, second fight room. We're doing great. Yeah, look at that. Kind of honestly waiting for that guy to do more than one swing, but he just kept doing the single. Never did it from the side. It's pretty cool. Be alright as long as these guys aren't together. Double stabbed when I didn't need to. No. No, we'll stay. Alright, folks, here we are. Got to quit running around so much. We are that'll do enough, right? What did I say, folks? Oh my god, dude, you need to stop.
I'm empty. Commence overcurrent influx.
That was awfully close. And I am very hurt.
I'm empty.
Got caught being silly. Get that shield back any day now. What just happened? we are hurt. Oh, that was dumb.
You've seen too much. Need more ammo.
Alright, we're just gonna keep on rolling this way. Oh, dude.
Need another man. You're no match for the mission. Need more ammo. You're powerless.
That was a mistake. So was that. And now we're down. Paying a heavy price for doing dumb things. I'm gonna let it go.
Need more ammo.
There we go. That's a lot closer than it should have been. But kept our head about us. You suck. Alright. So this is what we're going to be doing, guys. We're going to continue on this same process. Keep learning some hard lessons. And start making sure that we stay in the middle, stay moving, pick our times to do damage instead of thinking we have to do it a bunch. That turret, actually, I didn't think it was going to work. I thought the electricity would short it out and blow it up. But it does actually do some damage, which is good because knowing that turret's doing damage, I'm like not as inclined to get in there and do it myself. Well, we got another blade. I'll take it. Not the best. But this is the process. If you're having trouble running through here, don't need those. Sure. If you're having trouble running this, just getting it handed to you, doesn't matter what other people are doing. If other people are at level 10, 15, 20, you know, good on them. Congrats. That's awesome. The fact that you got there and that you're doing it and you're getting through it is great. I'm not there yet. Personally, I'm just not there yet. But I'm going to stay at it. We're going to keep going. I got to get out of this and start doing some of these Lancerad things. I want to push up my combat a little bit more as we're getting ready to hit. You know, we'll do 4. We'll probably do 5 later on. Might save it for tomorrow. I got nothing planned for tomorrow, so, well, I got work, but once we get done with that, we're good to go. But anyway, that's what my suggestion for you is. It's thank you. Sell more, I guess we'll say. But yeah. Don't judge yourself by the achievements of others. Judge them by yours. Oh, wait, you get the wisdom. All that really matters is, are you better than you were the last time you ran it, or yesterday, or the day before? Given enough time, you'll get it. When I first was looking at the explanation of the patterns, it didn't make any sense to me. I was like, what are you even talking about? And the more I got in there, the more I experienced it, the better off I am. I'm identifying the things I'm doing wrong when I'm doing them wrong so that I stop doing them wrong. Those kind of things are going to make me a better player, make me a stronger player, and allow me to get through this stuff. I'm going to hook up with some guild mates See if we can't two-man this to kind of go a little bit higher levels. Um, and then still kind of farm the lower ones myself. But when I think about where I was doing this yesterday compared to where I am now, I've gotten better. And that's all that matters. That's all we can ask ourselves to do. So measure yourself by your own performance. Now, if you're not getting better, then you need to stop and take a good solid look at what's going on. There's a lot of different answers for that. Most people seem to think that it means, oh, I'm not good at it. I can't do this. I'm not a good gamer. I'm too old. My eyes suck. Whatever. I doubt it because it's not that difficult. Once you get the idea and once it starts forming in your head, you're like, oh, I see what they're going at here. It gets much easier and easier. I just have to quit making silly mistakes. Why is it so windy? Oh! Douchebag move, game. Come on. I thought it was supposed to stop that. Oh, this was nice. Thank you. It's supposed to say on there that it's supposed to say there's a storm. You're not supposed to do it. I didn't see that. Maybe it was there and I was yapping. That would be hilarious. But yeah, mm, eh, that was exciting. Yeah, you don't want to obsess over doing the highest level runs and you're missing out on all the super awesome gear. You know, it'll come in time. Just we took some damage, folks. Look at them wings. Oh my gosh. Anywho. So yeah, we're gonna continue on with this. I will be streaming again on Saturday, and we'll revisit this, see where I've gotten between today and then. Got some other things that I have to get to, but we're gonna keep rocking it out and getting better. I do have some concerns. I'm wondering. Does the advancement keep up with the content difficulty? Because you can definitely see differences between like doing level 1, level 2, level 3, and all that. But I don't feel, and this was an issue that was brought up, am I any stronger than I was? Did the stuff that I got tonight make it so that doing that would be easier? I didn't get anything that wasn't a level 1 upgrade, so yeah, I mean that'll be somewhat stronger. I already have this, which is 3 to 5 attack stamina cost. My rate of fire will go up faster. I don't have a gun. I don't use a gun that's going to be a super fast rate of fire. You know, I use the spit darts and the shotguns, so it's not going to be that fast. Yeah, here I'm doing blades even more, and it's still not anything different. I don't know if they're cumulative though, because I have one of those on this already. I can't add any more, I don't think. But honestly, stamina wasn't such a problem. The only time stamina was an issue was when the boss was taking it from me with this little screw you attack, you know. So we'll have to see. What's in dump box wood? I did put some stuff in here. That's neat that we got an Idaho's charge. Jury rate by Duncan Idaho to improve the dispenser power during aerial combat bouts. So at least we got, you know, a grade 1 that. Maybe. But yeah, did any of this get me to the point where I'm going to be able to... I got 2 of those? Okay. um, to excel at the activity I was just trying to do. Not really. It'll help, but not really. So, is the progression gonna be enough? I thought it was interesting that when you press the journey button and you come down here and you look at the, not the art of Canley, not the art of making friends, this one, enter and complete any dungeon on the overland map at a difficulty 20 or higher. I'm over here doing 3s and 4s, you know. How soon did they think this was going to happen? I don't know, man. I don't know at all. But I'm calling it a night here. Like I said, I will keep at it. And on Saturday, I will update you as far as where we're at. Got at least one more video coming out between now and then. I'm not going to tell you what it's about. But we're already working on it, so it's good. But, yeah. Continuing to grow. The channel is growing awesome. Every day I check, we got new subscribers. So if you're watching this, welcome. I'm seeing some new names here. Muttley and Selmore. Chuji. Morty, I've seen you before. How you doing there? Nomad, you're new as well. So appreciate that, guys. And we're going to keep on keeping on and see how we can do this. I want to talk real quick about the changes that they have announced as far as durability goes. I am against immediate changes after an update unless it's critical. Like, let's just say that they made something that was completely broken. Like they said, oh, we're adjusting the damage on shotguns, on the drill shots, and you could fire a drill shot at the boss to take his entire health bar away. Like, boom, all I had to do was hit him 4 times and he's dead. Something's wrong. Fix it. Absolutely. But they are making changes to durability. They made, excuse me, I get the hiccups now. They made things breaking a little easier, like more, with this patch, and we're dying more than we used to. So we're seeing durability issues with our gear. And they are making some pretty drastic changes to that. Don't quote me on this, but I think that if you had something that was 100 and it went all the way to broken, when you repaired it, it would come up at like 75. Now it'll come up to 80 or 85, something like that. So the durability loss from repairing is down. They've made some of the items like suspensor belts, batteries, shields. They are like twice the health they used to have. They're not making sweeping changes, but they are addressing some concerns. I think some of those concerns are a little unfounded. Like I said, we're dying more than we used to. We're doing more things than we used to, our belts and stuff like that. Honestly, they aren't too expensive or too hard to make, so I didn't mind going through them. And, I carry extra ones just in case. But as long as they're making minor changes, I referenced it before, we'll do it again. Bungie was terrible with that. This is my opinion. I'm not stating anything against them, but they were terrible at making minor adjustments. It was like something was overpowered. They'd be like, oh, we're going to dial it back 0.2%. And it would just be trash after that. It's like, dude, there's no way. You screwed up a decimal point somewhere, guys. You did not do this the way you said you were. And then they would be like, oh, we're noticing this gun, this type of, this archetype gun is not getting used, so we're going to up it by 1% each round. And it was like, dude, that's all anybody's using now because it's just murdering and slaying everything you shoot at it. They couldn't make a fine tuning to save their lives. Everything was just super drastic and meta changing and game changing every time they would do it. I hate it every time they announced it. So I want to see, I'm not going to call out Funcom on this. I want to see what's happening. But you know what? They're making some minor changes. I think as we get more used to this content and better at it, and we start working a little more on our specializations and stuff like that, we'll start getting a little stronger. We'll start seeing the durability costing so much. But, you're going to make suspensor belts last longer. that makes game flow improve. Doesn't really change what we're doing in it, like, you know, the combat aspect. The So you weren't going crazy. What made you think you were going crazy? Or was it just the stuff was breaking? Or um, but yeah, it's not. I can't put it into words, but you probably know what I'm trying to say. Um, it's a minor adjustment that doesn't affect the overall gameplay. It's more of a convenience thing. So my belt's not breaking as quickly as I can. Um, that's why I'm running around carrying two, because they were breaking so fast, especially when you went to Blushing Cave, because you got to do so much sliding and hovering and bounding and everything. And it was way more than I ever used to do, running around Haga or in the deep desert. I never spent that much time using my suspensor belt. It was just jump off and cushion my landing or jump up to a higher height. Now I'm practically crossing maps. So, okay. I think eventually it won't matter to us. We'll get better. We'll get more used to things. But at least they're making a minor change. I'm going to reserve my judgment because I've been burned so many times before to see whether this minor change remains minor or if it becomes something a little too drastic. I hate watching my gear break. I don't do the repair glitch. Um, I just prefer not to. If you do it, go for it. Play how you want. Um, so you know, I did notice it, and it did kind of suck, but I was dealing with it. I want to see what effect it has. Last thing I want is to make a suspensor belt and then spend 2 months with that same belt and never have to replace it. Come on, man. You know, this is this is a survival game. Things are supposed to break a little bit. But yeah, so that's supposed to be coming out, I think, next week. Maybe with the reset, with the Coriolis storm, but I'm not sure. They might just drop it real quick. But yeah, they did announce it that they were addressing gear breakage. So I'm apprehensive, but I'm okay with it, as long as it's not super crazy and drastic. But anyway, I got other stuff I got to do, and then of course, like I said, we got work in the morning. I got to go through my dump boxes because I got a bunch of crap in there. While we're talking about it, I will show you where I'm at. We wanted to hit level 20 for crafting, and I'm just about there. And we are now at 11 in combat. Want to get this to 20 and want to get this to 20, and then we're going to see where we're going. I said that last time and haven't really moved that needle too much because it was the end of the week, Monday. So, still got my eyes on this for more efficient tools. That's going to help with the issues in the dungeons as well. Not so much on exploration, although there are some great things in here. The vehicle heat, the overall speed, going back and forth between, you know, the 152 in my home base here, dropping off all the crap I'm collecting because I'm a pack rat. Extra speed would definitely help with that. And sabotage, nice stuff, but not interested in it right now. So that's where we stand. Hopefully by Saturday this will be 20, and maybe this will be 20 as well. And then we'll also see where we stand as far as the other dungeons go. I didn't have any problems with the fire one. I didn't have any problems with the poison one, and the radiation one was okay as well. So we'll see. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Definitely appreciate it. And got a video coming out before Saturday, or maybe Saturday morning. And then we'll be back 6 o'clock on Saturday. I have to go to the city in the morning, but I should be back plenty of time, so it shouldn't be an issue. But thank you for tuning in. I definitely appreciate it. Like, subscribe, share, all those things help out. Thank you for your comments. I try to answer all the ones on videos. A little behind right now, but we'll get caught up. And we are off. So, as always, I'll see you out there. Take care, guys.